Today I went to the SEC Glasgow Model Railway exhibition. I've not been there for I think 2 years, and I went with a mission to see if I could find some spare parts, old models that I could repair, things like that, get things cheap. So I had quite a successful mission. I will show you. I've already got this model. It was when I was a child, and it's a lemur, obviously, a King George V. It does say that the tender top clip's broken. The one that I already have has that. I got this for under £20. Well, actually, I think I got that for £20. I also got another lemur, which I quite like lemurs because I had them when I was a child. I got this at one of the stands. I have this already, but it's in a bit of a state. It's not the green version, as you can see. This one. So I'm hoping that I can get some of these. If these are not up and running, I obviously can combine all the bits and get them up and running. I did service that Winfield engine. I will put it on camera a couple of years ago, and I did get it up and running to a point, but the base of this is all broken, and it doesn't run very well. So I'm going to see, obviously, if this runs, see if we swap the tops over. I also need to fix some of the buffers on this and see if I can get some of this old engine up and running again. So the next thing I did get, which I've not had before, so I got this for under £20, was I think it's a Prairie tank locomotive, Great Western, and I haven't actually owned, I think, an Airfix one. Obviously Airfix and Hornby, they're part of the same company, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to take a second and have a look at it. This isn't one of the models I had when I was a kid, but I actually quite like the look of it. Now, to have a wee look here, it does look actually in quite good nick, to be honest. I think the front, we've not got a front coupler on it, but that can be sorted. The trick is to see if it's actually up and running. So I'm going to put that aside. The other thing, the other logo I got was this. Oh, actually, there's that instructions for one. Cool, service Airfix railway system. Wow. I wonder how old this is actually. I need to find out. I also got this, which is, I think it's the original ones. This potentially might be from 1964. I was told it doesn't work. I got it for a whopping £5, because I can find the other bits. I did actually start to make a video on this, but I have lots of other bits from this motor. That is actually not the part I was looking for. I had the goal to service these. I think I did, there was one of these I did do, which I know it doesn't look as though it's been serviced, but I actually got this up and running. I did start to make a video on it, but kind of got bogged down and sidetracked. So I'm going to see if we can get that up and running as well. First of all, I need to test all of these. I'll open up the Lima. I'm going to open this up. Still looks as though it is in the original box. Try not to rip it, because it probably is about 40 years old, so it's the same age as my other one. The other one I got, I think, yeah, I was about 8 or something. Oh, nice little card from the stand that I got it from. It does look like it's actually in really good nick, to be honest. Wow, I might actually just want to keep it. We've got one buffer missing on that side. As I said, I got these for under £20, but it does look like it's in really good nick. I might actually just keep it if it is running. So put that aside as well. The big, this is an interesting one for me. The next one, I'll put that away later. The next one is the King George, the Lima. This was the one I've got, was my dad's, and it's a Ringfield motor from memory inside, and they said the clip is broken, so that comes down, but we can pretty much, this does look as though it's actually in really good nick. Wow. Wow. So the one thing would be the clip at the back is broken. This looks like it is in so much better nick than the one that I've got. Whereas the other one, the top always came off, and this one's exactly the same. So that's what it means, the clip is broken. It's got the weights, in fact, I think I've actually got the weights for all in here. Ringfield motor. Looks really tidy. Right. The next thing is to actually try these out, I suppose. Another quick thing I got was some American kind of goods trucks. Oh, done it again. There was just like £3. I do have a couple of American locals, so I thought if I see these, the American stuff is always really expensive if you're buying it new. So yeah, it's just something. It's not stuff that I actually run at all. The only problem is with that one, I just noticed it's got a coupler missing, but that can be sorted. I do have spares. I don't know what make that is. Should really open it. Let's have a look. It's a wee bit kind of dirty, but it's got plastic. I think this was one of them. It's got metal wheels on it, which is good. It's just got a couple missing at the end. That can be sorted. Couplers look good on that. It's a wee bit manky, but I suppose that adds to the aesthetics of it. £4. £4.90. I'm still seeing the back of my hand. I've still got the. You go out the door, they put a stamp on you so you can get back in. actually cut through the model here. The wheels aren't totally plastic. I wonder how that'll run. All the ones I've got, because I keep buying cheap ones, they've all got different types of couplers on them. And sometimes, because of the track as well, and the ballast on the track, and these little bits catch, these little guides catch on the actual ballast. But I'm saying that was £3, and the last one. I'm seriously going to do myself an injury here. Okie dokie. Union Pacific. No, that's not bad. They're a bit dirty, grimy. Could clean them up, I suppose. Yeah, £3. A whole £10 all in for that. So, yeah, just need to. Oh, nice heavy weight on it. Yeah. How does that look like? Curious. Well, for £4 I'm not complaining, to be honest. As I said, I've got some ones that don't really, I've bought cheap ones before, and they don't really run very well, so might get something out of these, to be honest. Okie dokie. Right, I'll try and put these somewhere safe, and I will get a little test track and see how these guys run. These two are in really good nick, so is this one, looks like. So it looks as though they have actually been serviced, which is really good. As for this one, I was told it's not working, so, but I want to use it for spare parts. See if I can get the other. I've got two of these. This is now the third one. I think, as I said, they're from the 1960s and 70s. So, of course, it's Hornby, and we've got Lima, and we've got Airfix as well, and that'll be a message. So, yeah, I'll get a wee test track out and have a shot at that. Okay, we've gone to the kind of fish eye lens, and I've got the little test track out just to see if these guys run. Now, I'm trying to remember where I got these from. I will test them first. They were basically from, well, the stands that I got them from, they're all companies from down south, across the border, because there's not a lot of kind of model shops in Scotland now, unfortunately, which is one thing I used to love, is going into all the different model shops and looking through all their second-hand stuff to see what I could buy. I've got spares and to fix. Now these are, I'm looking at these models again, and they're all incredibly in really good nick. As I said before, that one is just bought for spare parts. I was told it doesn't work, so I'm going to use that for spare parts on another model. If I could get that one up and running and I've got the top half of this. These are the two kind of originals, I think, from like the 60s. If I could get these two running, that would be brilliant. But I've not tried that yet. So let's try this one. So give it some juice. That's not bad. And I'll let it go backward. That's not bad for like a 40-year-old model, to be honest. I am way happy with that, and I don't think I'll definitely not going to use this for spare parts because it seems to be running pretty well on its own. This might need a wee bit of a run-in, but I'm more than happy with that, to be honest. Does get up to about 6 volts before it actually goes, but I'm guessing I just need a wee run-in for a wee bit. I'm not really that fussed about crawling speeds, to be honest. But yeah, give that a wee run-in on the kind of main track. I'll try the Airfix one. Now, this one yet again is absolutely brilliant condition. That's, oh wow. Now I actually had a look at this, and the date on it underneath is 1975. So 50 years old. 1975 was a good year. That's the same year I was born. Wow, that's actually not, that's brilliant. These have definitely been well looked after. So I know that I bought this, I can't remember which stand I got those two from. I know the two stands that I got them from, but I don't know what one I got them from, but they both run really well, especially that one, the Airfix one. So I know I bought another local at the same stand with this, and this was, oh, I will check, don't worry. Let's have a wee look, I don't want to go backwards. May need a good run in. But to be honest, that is alright, to be honest. The Ringfield motor looks well serviced, really clean. I could check the brushes, but the fact that it's actually running, it'll just need a wee run in. So I don't know how long it's been sitting in the shop for. Yeah. So obviously I can't get a run in here, but I will on the main line. Now this one I was told is not working at all. I'll use it for spare parts. I will try it though, but if it's the same as that one, I think one of the ones that I looked at had, I think actually part of the coil in the motor was damaged. No, there's nothing on that, and there's no short on it. It's not showing any current either running through that. Have a wee quick look. A wee screw at the back. to reiterate again that I was told this is not a working model, and I got it for £5 for spare parts. Looks like it's never really been touched, to be honest. But yeah, I need to do a wee continuity test on that and check the coil. I might actually see if I can go back into, if you can actually see that. The coil is very rusty. I do have, where's the other ones? This is a deconstructed one. I think I did service this one. You can see on this one that the motor is, I was amazed after all this time, and you're talking 40 years, I actually found all the parts for this. This is very rusty as well, same as that. This one's pretty clean. So it would have been a case. I wonder if I can put a wee bit of voltage through that, see if that works. And set it to about 6 volts. So this will be, if I actually just touch the metalwork to one side, yeah, that's running. That one's running fine. So pretty much do the same on this, clean it all up. And see how it runs. The next thing to do is I'm going to take these and put them on to the main model railway. I'm going to do that tomorrow. Put this back together so I do have all the bits for it. A tiny little screw at the end. I should have actually bought a little cheap controller for this, because I'm actually using a bench power supply for this. Which sometimes if you don't watch what you're doing, you can go over like 15 volts and obviously damage something, so you just have to be careful. I just have to be careful. So this little project on its own, with these motors, I don't think I've got any of these. I don't know if you can see because I'm now on the wide angle, but there's little brush arms for these. I'd got so far with doing this, and I was doing a video on it. I found the footage earlier because I haven't done anything for this channel at all, apart from the 3D printing stuff. That was still quite a wee bit away. Yeah, right, so I'll put all that together. And that'll be a little project as well. But to be honest, yep, I'm really pleased with these. I got from 2 stands that were there. It was the junction box and Ellis Clark trains. So yeah, both based down south, and I got each one for £20, which was amazing, which is great. Anyway, let's go. I'll go and run them on. Go and run them on the main railway. Hey, okay. I've ran these in. First of all, we're going to start the diesel. Let's see, that is a very good runner, to be honest. It's not noisy, although the board is actually noisy. There's no cork underneath the track. Hence when I put the track down, I didn't have, it was during lockdown, and kind of used what I had. I'd love to redo it again, but since I put the ballast in one half of the section of the railway, I'm just going to leave it at that. So it does cause a lot of noise. So as I said, the Luna diesel runs really well. Really crawl very slowly for a model that's over 40 years old. It's absolutely amazing. 40 years old and £20. The next one is, well, actually I'm going to move this into this siding over here out the road. Hopefully the little carriages will give me the points. My bad. I need to relay that side of the railway again, because the points, I need to get new points and redo them all. But anyway, that's another project. So the next thing I want to try and do is bring out the Great Western. If that works, I will be amazed. If it actually successfully goes over these points, to be honest. But we'll see. There's a point where the back wheel lifts off that point and doesn't make contact. That is the Glasgow point. I have done a continuity test on them, they're all fine. It's just the fact that the track's uneven at that point. Yeah, we'll run this for a wee bit and we'll see that yet again. Another really well reconditioned model. As I said, they were £20 each, and I was expecting them not to run well, but they're really well serviced, so I'm not going to use them for spare parts. I'm going to keep them. And the last one is another Great Western here. This is very noisy. This is the Airfix model. It is incredibly noisy. I think it does need the contacts cleaned a little bit. But it is 50 years old. So I'm not complaining, it's incredibly noisy. But yeah, that is what it is. There we go. Okay, in all, I'm actually pretty pleased with that. I went to the exhibition to go and get some spare parts, and I came back with 3 decent locos, especially that Lima. That runs really well. That runs really well as well. All the contacts are all good on it. They've been kind of well serviced, those 2. I have no kind of reference to what Airfix models were like. I mean, that's 50 years old. These are 40 plus, potentially 50 years old. Not 100% sure about that one. So yeah, this one's very noisy. I'll see if I can actually do something like that. I'll take it apart and have a look at it. There is a traction wheel in the back of that. So yeah, again, I might look at replacing that and maybe trying to add some extra weights as a replacement for the traction tyre. So these were originally bought for spare parts. I'm not going to take them apart and use them for that. They are actually really good runners, considering they were under £25. This guy was just a £5, and that's for spare parts to get. See if I can get 2 of these up and running later on. And these guys all in I bought for a tenner. I think it was £3, £3, £4, and that's for the American stuff that I've got. That's, yeah, so yeah, I'm really pleased with that, to be honest. The outcome has been pretty good. Still will need to search for spare parts for my other King George V Great Western, and spare parts for the Class 37 diesel, another Lima one I've got. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. So thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.